I'm trying to think of like a future song I can sing for this one. Because man. Oh, I know a few songs. Oh man, hold up. Let me redo this. Pico, Burberry folks. Oh man, Pico, Burberry in his Hermes. Hey, we got young Jada Pinkett here. Talking about young Willard. We got Peter. Let's get into it.
Welcome back, play back. We here, man. Got to talk about this Will and Jada Smith thing, man, because Jada is.
I'm sorry. We got playback. Let's get into it. I am sorry.
Wildin', bro. She's straight bugging, B.
That I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But,
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space.
Hey, I got a question, y'all. If you had a young Jada on your hand, what you would do if you was Will? What would you do?
And what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes.
You know, Marcel, you know what that is, what she did right there?
What?
It's called doublespeak.
Yeah,
It's
she
saying
did.
a lie with a word that's not perceived as a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Just say what it is.
That's what it is. Recently, Jada said some more like questionable things that a lot of people viewed it as like disrespectful to Will Smith, especially because they were married at one point. So at this point, we're giving you some backstory. This is back when Will and Jada got around the red table, talked it up, chopped it up, and this is where everything really started to unfold and begin. Because Jada is sitting here double talking. Just say, young nigga, just say it. We grown.
Relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. Mm-hmm. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start.
You know, I know this tactic here, what Will Smith is doing. Will Smith is trying to get answers, right? And Jada is trying to not give answers. So Will is having to ask the same question over and over again to just get some answers, because this is Jada's, I believe, her Facebook watch show.
Yeah.
The red table, the pink table, some table they talk over, right? So she's making content. To her, this is content. She has an audience of people she's amassed by talking about interesting topics. It just so happens that Will Smith continues to be one of the names that gets dragged in the mud in some of these more controversial topics she's having.
Isn't it odd, though, he has to keep saying, so what was it?
About 4.5 years ago.
Hey, as a man, that gotta be the most toughest situation right there, dog. You asking questions, you want them to be as honest as they can be, but they keep running around it. Just keep getting you to run around. Tough guy, man. Tough guy.
Yeah.
Started I think it was about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Started a friendship with August.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me wanting to help his.
He needed some help. He needed some help. He done went and got some help, made his own out of the situation. That's how much he needed the help. Man.
Health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different
Isn't that crazy?
resources.
That's insane.
It's like,
That is
man, he was
insane.
so sick. First of all, the fact that y'all just telling his business like that is crazy. 'Cause that's something that's like, I would assume very personal. But like, he was.
It is kind of crazy. They was throwing all his dirty laundry out in the street. He probably does sign
So
all type of NDAs.
So fucking
He
sick,
can't say
dog.
nothing.
And we had to help him out. And so Will is like, I'm just giving him a place to stay, trying to get back on his feet. get his strength back together.
Stop.
Here comes Jada beating the boonies down. It's like this definitely gonna make you healthy, young nigga. Beat that shit up.
You got Will, he done walked in from a little nature walk from outside. Hey man, hold up, man. I'm tripping. Hold up, man.
It's some medicine, boy. Alright, god damn, Jada, you ridiculous.
Look at my boy face, man. Hey, man. God dang. God dang, man. I just cry. I just gonna let them tears flow. I mean, I know everybody gonna see this, but I let them feelings out. Look at his face.
Ridiculous, dog. It's so odd.
Look at him! I know, Caleb, show him! Look at him, bro! Look what you're doing to him!
Hey. Alexa, play Drake, look what you done. Play Drake, look what you done.
I gotta relive this. Like, yeah, he was in our house.
To help pull him through. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Launched
she
into
pulled the future playbook out. Free band gay. She went to Mexico and messed us some change.
Again, just say it. Just say it.
Who are you lying to? He's asking the right questions. He'll get to the bottom of it.
And then he's sitting there just saying, so then what did you do? Like, he's just sitting there like laying it up, and you're just like, entanglement. Like, that's like, even sitting there and saying entanglement is nuts to me. So now, fast forward to where we are right now, a whole bunch of messy stuff that happened, but Jada is still talking about her and Will's sex life, dog.
The reasons why I felt like your Netflix project is so powerful is because for the first time, Gammy and I were on the phone and we were having a very in-depth conversation about sex like it was nothing. And I got off the phone and I was like, did I just have that conversation with my mother? Totally. Oh my God. I was like,
what?
That's healing
What?
Grandma looking like, hey, I told you before we sat down at this table, don't be saying it. Don't be saying he gonna come in and flip that table over. He gonna flip it over.
It's Will over here.
Yo, that shit is crazy. They went out of their way to include her as part of this conversation.
That is kind of weird though, bro. You got the little daughter in there. She conversating about this. She ain't supposed to be in y'all bedroom talk.
Hey, why is Willow there in a conversation where they about to have a deep discussion about her mom's sex life with her father? Why is that happening, bro?
You know,
I don't want to hear none of that, but it's TMI.
that's
They live in such a different life.
That's Jada's mom right there.
Yeah,
bro. What?
Will Smith and Jada had Willow and Jaden.
No, I'm saying right there.
Yes,
I want to say something, but I can't be saying it. This gonna be all up on YouTube.
Yeah, that's her mom. Yeah.
Bro, she looks incredible.
Yeah, she
like,
for
bro,
her age, yeah, for sure.
what? Yeah. Wow.
I'm capping. Her mama is fine. Leave her for the mama shoot. God dang.
Mother? Oh my God. I was like, that's healing right there. That was probably the first time we ever had a conversation about sex in that way in that kind of free flow. And I'm not just talking.
Look at Gabby. I pull up on Gabby in that Suburban. Had a Drake playing. Got some flowers on the seat. Got the champagne in the seat. Hey, Gabby, how you doing?
Talking about just
It's over.
basic surface stuff. Like we went in, kind of like how you and I have done.
Yeah, because
Will ain't gonna never hit my line. I love you, Will. I had to see when I was a kid. I had that CD. I had the CD, Will. If you ever see this, I had the CD, Will. I am a fan. I still play Summertime to this day. I'm watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air right now. Might watch I Robot afterwards. I am a legend. I don't know. Yeah.
Clarify.
Why is going?
What the fuck, man? Bro,
Yo, y'all too free flowing over there for me, dog.
Is that good? Is that like
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't. Me and my parents have never had a conversation like that. Hasn't even crossed.
It is.
The only-
I done came halfway close to having that type of combo, but it's like it get awkward. It get awkward. You don't want to talk to your parents about that. No, especially what they doing. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that. Even if you're trying to give me some advice, I don't want to hear it. I'll learn somewhere else. Nobody want to hear that.
The conversation I had with my Dukes about sex is not getting a girl pregnant. That is it. But not no free-flowing conversation, especially when you was giving up to all downstairs, down the hallway from Jada, from Jaden and Willow. Oh, man.
it's kind of hard to talk about sex if you ain't talking about sex. You know what I mean?
And it was just so
Okay,
natural.
hold on. I don't, dog. What does that mean? Why don't I understand what?
It's kind of hard to talk about sex if you ain't, you ain't talk about sex, you know? What do that mean? That's a good question. Because, I mean, if you
I'm so serious when I say, if Willow's input is not monumental in this, there's no reason for her to be here. And she better not be saying shit like that the entire time.
Hold on,
She better not be ad-libbing this entire time because she's been pointless.
It's kind of hard to talk about sex if you ain't talking about sex.
hey, Jada.
What does that mean, Willow? Was it
And
funny because it was
just
a pointless
so
sentence?
Natural. And I
And
was
the
like,
show helped you have that conversation?
yeah, because we
absolutely.
would have never had a reason to go that in depth. But let me ask
Okay,
you.
wait. That's important. What she just said is important. You wouldn't have a. So she's what I think she's trying to illustrate with what she's about to say is that it's important to have these conversations with family.
To a degree, sure.
But she just said that the content is the thing that supercharged their need for the conversation, not some need to really get together with your family.
Which is crazy.
So if she just said the content is the priority, so which kind of defeated the whole purpose of this, except for the you understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're
this
saying.
became an entertainment piece, not a reflection piece. That's what it became. That she just clarified. Entertainment brought us together, but she realized that it also had this reflective piece to it. But the priority is the content.
But it's sad that she's that age. She's that age, and I'm not saying this is like to put her down, but it's just sad that that's the reality.
But
It sounds like for example, her and Will were going through things already, and so you allow your entire marriage to potentially go off rail, and still don't have the conversation that you may need to have with people around you, such as your mother, but instead only have it because you had a viral clip with you and Will creating content. That's crazy.
Kind of openness at all in the culture. I don't know. It just was very sort of like, we
Don't
don't
get
talk
pregnant.
about.
Is that what I said to you? Don't
Yes.
get pregnant. Don't try.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of talk.
We go in there and they lock the door right behind us.
I don't know how much time we
Talk about it.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but dang, that's a lot of personal info that should not be known to all of us.
Yeah,
And
listen.
so You learn, and it was pre-internet, right? So it was like we were really siloed in a lot of ways, and I don't think we went naturally to our mothers to talk about it. It's still weird to like, I adore my mother, but I don't know. Like,
I know.
do you guys talk about it?
Let me tell you what's so funny, Gwyneth. My mother's conversation to me was, don't get pregnant.
I don't even think my mom said that.
I also told you that
it wasn't going to be enjoyable.
It is not going to be fun. I think that myth is, that's not okay. I mean, for some people, I mean, everyone's body is different.
Get her out the fucking broadcast. Willow does not have a purpose here because
He doesn't get out the broadcast.
she's not adding anything.
And she's young. She's young too. Like, she's not of age to really add that much value. To sit there and say that myth, it's just not. Like, what?
What is the follow-up to that? Okay, did you have a great time your first time, Willow? Well, yeah, his name was David. We did it in the back of your car, Mom. I'm like, what the fuck is the build-up off of what she just said? It's not a myth.
It's such a pointless. It's such a pointless addition.
I don't think that you should tell someone it's gonna be hurtful.
Right.
It might not. That's a very patriarchal thing to propagate in the minds of young women.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say my first, you know, I wouldn't say it was a...
I'm sorry, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What does that have to do with the patriarchal at all? Her telling you that it's not going to be enjoyable the first time because it is your first time. How is that patriarchal? This is like, no, that's something that all of us women more or less like feel.
That's like if I was like, yo, bro, the first time you wear those shoes, it's not gonna be as comfortable because you gotta break them in.
Yeah.
And then like Nike telling me, that's such a patriarchal way of looking. That's such a.
But so consumerism of you. Well,
That's something that I can work with. I feel like a lot of people don't know their bodies enough, and they surely don't know the bodies of people that they're having sex with. So sometimes things can be a little uncomfortable if you're not really aware of how somebody's body is, how it functions, how to get pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
You're so correct.
Of
That's
course.
what was left out in my conversations with
Was
my
it Willow?
mother. Willow.
hey, what's crazy? People are theorizing that she's talking about Will, and this entire the people theorize that she's talking about Will. That's what kind of forced them to split up. Is that there's certain things that just weren't making them happy.
You know,
And
that would make sense
for
because
Willow to say that's so correct, not knowing that she's talking about this nigga's pops.
yeah, no, they had an open relationship though, right? Many people that came up to me and told me that Will and Jada for a while were their example of like how an open relationship could work successfully. That's so crazy. That
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, that was during that.
It is crazy because that was a big thing. That was a big thing once upon a time. It was so many people interested in their sex life. It was a big thing. Yeah.
4 or 5 year
Yeah,
period.
yeah.
If she's sitting here saying, I just wasn't happy, now she's sitting here saying, you just need to know your partner's body. So
I'd be like if Waleed,
Will.
that'd be like if Waleed went on a video and was like, you know, some people you work with are just so fucking inconsiderate. The comments would be like, yo, why are you saying that about agent? What does that mean?
Just for so many years, man. I was just so unhappy, man.
I'd be like, what? Damn. Okay.
And then dragged you along on a video is like, let's really talk about this for a second.
And sat me down on a pink table.
And you just sitting there like, so what happened, Waleed? I went to go work for Cash. So me and Cash, he just needed so much help at that time. And I just started editing for him. And, you know, what I really start realizing is that I need to stop trying to fulfill other people's editing goals.
And fulfill my own editing goals.
And fulfill my own editing goals. He's like, you're like,
That's childish.
I heard the word pleasure come out of her mouth. I never heard none of that.
Yeah.
I want to say, once humans can fix the way that we perceive sex and just anything that has to do with relating to one another, the world's gonna become a better place.
What made...
They about to make the world come a better place.
nothing. She said nothing. Humans have to fix the way they relate to one another. How are they gonna do that, Jada? Willow. That sociology class you went to has fucked your brain up.
Oh, fuck.
She just said once humans fix the way they relate to one another, it'll be a better place. And not only is that so fucking obvious, there's no means of getting it done and serves no fucking purpose in the conversation, Willow. I had a sociology class, and sociology makes you feel like you're so moralistically above other people. You feel like you're so motivated by the pursuit of helping others holistically, like on a macro level, that your life serves a more valuable purpose than someone else's life who might be to like run a company. Yeah. But that company, what does the company do? Like in practice, what does the company do? The company, well, it hires dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of people. It gives people a livelihood. Hopefully it's, under conditions that are good and safe and healthy, and it gives them a purpose and a meaning to life and something to work towards. Like, it does plenty of great things, and they provide plenty of great products and services. Right now, tell me who you are, get in the car. Right now, services in the world, hopefully, they're not scamming people. And then meanwhile, like, you sit there in a sociology class and you leave, and you feel like just because you thought some dumb shit like that you're really good for the world. Do something of value. That was so pointless. It frustrates me because when I went into a sociology class, they actually bamboozled me for a whole year, to the point where I was about to change my minor to that bullshit because I thought that it would help me make the world a better place. And now that I'm not doing that and I'm doing this instead, and dozens of people across all my channels help me push out this content, like, people get paid for this stuff. And the first people I look to hire are the people around me, people I grew up with, the people I feel I could use that opportunity. So you would argue that I'm not really doing much good for the world because I'm just putting out videos, but look at the impact it's having on people. You just had the most impactless sentence I could have ever fucking imagined. And it's on a podcast where they're already having conversations where they don't realize the impact of what they're saying. The amount of just like lack of self-awareness is, the amount of lack of self-awareness is just like, is crazy. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can make it through this if Willow keeps talking.
In a sexual way, and if there's a block, you can say, oh, there's a block here, or this doesn't feel right to me, definitely.
I know you revealed some of your own struggles with sex, like, communication. What has healed for you?
What was the most striking thing for me was to remember how important it is for women to speak up for themselves. Yeah. What happens when you don't speak up for yourself? You're also not accountable.
That's really true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're not saying, hey, this is my half of this, or this is like where I feel lacking, or here's my insecurity.
Yeah.
It's so important for us to be accountable for our sexual selves, and if we're uncomfortable or we're not getting what we want, we have to muster the bravery to say, could I ask you this question? Or like, let's talk about this.
Right.
Like, because as soon as you make it unthreatening, then it's easier for couples.
I mean, the thing that Will and I talk about a lot is the journey. I mean, we started in this at a very young age, 22 years old.
It's crazy.
That's why the accountability part really hit for me, because I think you expect your partner to know, especially when it comes to sex.
Right.
It's like, well, if you love me, you should know.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you love me,
you should be able to read
my mind. You should read my mind.
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean?
That's a huge...
Hey, that is not all the way true. Not really. Not really. Tell me. Don't expect me to know. Tell me. Because if you expect me to know, then I'm going to just go off what I'm...
That's a huge pitfall.
Yeah, it is. I hate that. Isn't it weird though? It's like someone doesn't read your mind and we feel crushed. Like we feel so disappointed.
Read your...
Where do we get that from?
I don't know. What the fuck is going on right now, dog? Are they saying that, oh my God, I'm so upset that I didn't marry a psychic? What is going on, nigga? There's women, please let me know.
I didn't marry a psychic.
In the comment section, there's no way y'all have that expectation from men, because that is a crazy expectation right there. To not only read your mind, but know what you want sexually off rip, bro, that's crazy, dog. And mind you, she's still dragging this nigga well.
She didn't even like. It wasn't even like subliminally implied. She said his name right before saying this.
Like, yeah, that's why it was so hard with me and Will, man. It was just so hard.
But she's taking accountability. She's saying the reason of those failures is because she didn't communicate her desires.
But that's such an odd expectation to have.
It is, and she's recognizing it's odd.
But it still took her a while to understand it. What I want to understand is why even have those expectations to begin with.
That's a fact. I just tell you what I like, and if you don't do them, I'd tell you again. And if you don't do them, I'd say like, why aren't you doing the things I like? What's going on? You don't like me?
It's such an odd way to like look at things. Like your mother loves you, but you still have to explain to her things, right? Like y'all had to sit here and have a conversation about things. You love your children, right? But you still have to explain to them what to do. Like they're not psychics, dog. Like what are you talking about right now? They're not psychics. No one's a psychic. So you have to explain it, especially if it's so, I don't know what it was, but if it's so extreme to where they had to exercise an open relationship, why do you not think that that's something that needs to be explained? What is going on?
I don't feel like that at all. I guess, or maybe I've just grown out of it.
I think
it's like you gotta tell me what you need. Like I can't read your mind.
Right. Because I've grown out of it too.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Communication is the key.
Me what you need, tell me what you want, and on top of it, I know that I have to be accountable to do the same.
And do you?
I really try.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable, but it's deeply healthy. And I think around sex, because it's something that we don't talk about a lot, and there's so much fantasy around it.
You know how confused we are because of porn?
I know.
Yes.
I was just talking about this with somebody.
Porn has really messed us up in some ways.
I'm supposed to be there for every whim, every pleasure, and that the woman's pleasure doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
It's not even thought about.
No.
Well, she
And
is
then the
getting
other
to
layer,
this
which
nigga.
I find really
She is getting into this nigga Will like crazy right now, nigga. But then to sit there and say like, I'm just supposed to be there all the time for you to get pleasured, but I'm not getting pleasured. Again, mind you, their daughter is listening into this, which is also nuts. But also, to sit, why do we have to know Will's business like this, dog?
We don't.
Why do we have to know Will is not?
It's true. We have learned a lot about Mr. Will Smith. We have learned a lot that we should not know. A lot of things. That's crazy.
Giving it up and not pleasuring you. Why?
You don't. And Prawn's negatives isn't that it reinforces negative sexual, like it. You should know not to learn from Prawn. And if you don't, you're dumb. And the person you're fucking is dumb. How many times have you been told that's not how you deal with women in real life? If you still do it, you're dumb. So let's finish that right there. That's complete. That has nothing to do with why Prawn is bad. Prawn is bad because chemically it messes up your brain like any other drug, so you get hooked on it. You know what the craziest full circle of all of this is? Is that the only reason that man was watching Prawn in the first place is because he couldn't find a woman to fulfill those desires for him. Ain't that so crazy that was just his motive because he's too socially awkward, or even his attempts at communication, she just wouldn't listen, or she's not even maybe capable. You know, some people, everybody's anatomy is different. Maybe she's not capable, who knows? All of that to say, discussions like this is worth having, but the problem becomes the impact of those words. If you're so popularly known for being his wife, then anything you say regarding your life as it's related to him is gonna be a point of news. Will Smith is not a regular YouTuber, regular guy on the road. He's a goddamn superstar.
But not only that,
he's a superstar. Of course, these news outlets is gonna jump at a story where they're like, "Oh, hold on, Will's dick don't work. Hold on now."
That's literally what it sounds like.
But
not only that, but it's 22 years though. You knew, like, again, just think about what she's saying. She's saying that she wasn't communicating, so that means that was going on for 22 years.
Yep.
I wasn't being pleased, or I had a hard time being.
Hey, 22 years of no communication. Ooh. Hey, that's a long time. It's a long time. Shoot, I'm 25. So, yeah, golly.
Please, that's 22 years.
Anyway, I think conversations like that are
They're
necessary. Maybe even they're important. Maybe even necessary. The way you have them though does have implications because of the life that you live. Period. I can sit here and talk about this stuff because no one on the internet knows I have any affiliation to any woman. They don't know the women I dated, women I've been in a relationship with. Y'all have no clue. So if I sit here and talk about an experience, you won't go to someone's IG and spam them. And so I can say things. Now, if I got on YouTube and for the last 6 years had a girlfriend, and then I had a table talk where I was like, yeah, sexually, like, women just need deeper throats, then, like, you'd be like, yo, you don't have a deep throat? Like, everyone's gonna be high G. And it's like, if you can't see that, it's staring you right in the face. I don't know if Will's communicated that to you, then what's going on right now is some serious lack of communication issues. And for me, it is resulting in some fantastic content. Jada, keep it pushing.
Also, women are hilarious when they say, like, y'all gotta stop over-sexualizing us. Almost every single podcast or show like this we see, when women get together and they produce their own content, they still talk about sex.
Yeah, fucking the white lady right there just talked about how sex was the most important, one of the most important pillars.
Yeah, and literally,
which is
hired
true, but
hired a sexpert too. On top of that,
she has a sexpert.
That's odd to me.
Stop it.
Women have to. Y'all have to answer. Y'all gotta answer that too. There's a lot of questions y'all gotta answer. Don't tell men to stop over sexualizing y'all, and then when y'all make y'all own content and produce your own stuff, y'all still talk about sex. I don't understand it.
Hey man, at the end of the day,
they dragging Will in it.
At the end of the day,
they're dragging Will's daughter in it.
She's dragging Will in this like he's not a person she cares about. Yeah, bro. If Will was a person I didn't care about and I was married to Will, yes, he's in my title every single time. We're dragging that shit. Fuck Will. I'm getting my views and my money.
22 years unhappy. 22 years not pleasure. 22 years like you ain't even saying it, but come on, dog.
Damn, Willow like facts actually. Damn.
Yeah, facts. When you really think about it,
I wish Willow jumped in and like I want to dispel that myth.
Oh, with that being said, when you really think about it, guys, when you hit the notification bell, you will be updated when we upload on this channel, dog.
Really?
I know. Let's dispel that myth right now. Let's also dispel this myth by if you don't click on this video, you're not going to enjoy it, because you will, dog. So go ahead and click on this video, and we'll catch y'all in the next one later on.
To all you folks who have...
Hey, man. Hey. What's your thoughts on this video? Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sheesh.